Hey everybody, it's Cassandra with Veritrip. It's super late, but I am up planning our next trip and I can't wait to tell you about it. But first, a lot of people have asked me, what do you bring when you're traveling internationally with kids? And since we're still dealing with COVID, has that changed? And the answer is yes. I love to bring essential items that I think will help protect my family while we're traveling far, far away from home. So stay tuned and I'm going to run down 10 top essential items that I bring while traveling internationally with kids.
Whoa! That's so big! What is that?
All right, so before I begin, I want to make sure that I'll let you know that you should definitely seek medical advice and talk to your doctor about any of these items before you take them. I am not a doctor. I just did this research and found these to be helpful for my family, and you definitely want to make sure that you find items that are healthy for yours. With that being said, the first item that I found was cat's claw. So I started to look and research and cat's claw just kept popping up. And the main thing that I found them to be known for was viral infection prevention. So it has some really, really big claims, even cancer prevention. But the thing that caught my attention the most was the viral infection prevention and parasite prevention. So we take this as it says on the back of the bottle, and we make sure that we bring that with us on our trips. The next item is activated charcoal. So if you can see, this is a pretty big container. I do not bring that whole container with me. It is huge, and a little bit goes a long, long way with activated charcoal. I will say before you open it, please be in a clear space and make sure that it's non-porous, so you don't want to be around in your living room or a sofa or anything with fabric, because it spreads everywhere and it is very hard to get out of. So what I do is I take a scoop of it and put it in a Ziploc bag, and I usually double and triple seal it to make sure that it doesn't get out. I use it as a tooth whitener. I add it to my toothpaste, and we haven't had to use it for this yet, knock on wood. It helps with food poisoning. It's a toxin absorber, so it just absorbs toxins and it helps you remove them. So like I said, we haven't had to use it yet, and I'm hoping we won't have to use it for that. But people use it for alcohol, if you've been out drinking excessively, even though that's not a good idea either, or just any general toxin remover. So that's what it's great for. Okay, next, Colloidal silver. Can you see that? All right. So this is also a heavy hitter in my opinion. There's a lot of controversy about if colloidal silver should be taken internally. You have to do your own research on that. But I got this one, and also you see there's a spray bottle here because it's a germ killer and a wound cleanser. So scrapes, cuts, burns, I can spray it directly on that wound, and it is it's gonna get the germs and infection, at least keep it at bay. So that's what I use colloidal silver for when we're out of town, and I definitely had to use that a lot. Next on my list is zinc. Where's my zinc? Here it is. And I'm really showing you these bottles, not for the brand again, but just to show you how they look. As you can see, most of the bottles are really small and dark colored bottling glass, and that is to protect the product. So if you get something and it's really, really big and it's in a clear plastic bottle, you know pretty much you don't have the right thing. It's probably not the vitamin or oil that you're looking for. So zinc is something that we hear about a lot now during COVID times. It is an immune support mineral. It helps with diarrhea treatment, a common cold, and cognitive function. So zinc is something that I take at home, but I definitely make sure when we go out of town, everybody is getting sprayed, and we definitely follow the recommended sprays. I think there's a little bit different amounts for children, but on the bottle it states such. So it's safe to take for the whole family, and we do take it every time we go. All right, this one I might mispronounce, so I want to show it to you before I say it. Okay, I call it tri-herb, but it's triphala powder. So it's an ancient Indian Ayurvedic mixture, and three herbs, and they are antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial. So you get your all-in-one in that. So that's also something, I really don't take it every day, honestly, and I don't give it to the kids every day, but I have used it, and I feel like it supported us in getting better. We were all really sick on one trip, and we did that with another combination of other herbs, and we were able to heal and bounce back. So that's really, really helpful when you're very far away from home and far away from hospitals. All right, so the next one, valerian root. So I don't give it to the kids a lot, but I have definitely used it. This is another one that has some heavy claims, depression, ADD, ADHD, aid, but all I can say is sleep, sleep, sleep. I take valerian root, especially when we are traveling somewhere and our timing is off. We're landing somewhere and it's daytime in our hometown, but we're supposed to be going to bed. So it just helps me get on track. It helps me stay asleep, and it helps me fall asleep faster. So me and hubby take that one a lot when we're traveling. All right, the next is kind of like a combination. I put essential oils. It's so hard to narrow down essential oils because I usually take a lot with me. But I do have 3 that I have to take with me every time, and that's lavender, tea tree, and lime. So a lot of people know about lavender already. Lavender is relaxing, and that's what I really use for the kids a lot. It's the lavender oil to stress relief, anxiety relief. We're in a new place. I've got to get them settled down. They're hyped. They're jumping around, and it's time to get ready for bed. So I buy the spray bottles, the empty spray bottles in the travel section from stores, and I'll put a little water in it, a couple of drops of lavender oil, spray it on the pillows, spray it around in the room to try and get things calm and get them calmed down. But in addition to that, lavender oil also helps with allergies. So that's something that you want to take around with you during the daytime as well. A lot of people know about tea tree oil. I love tea tree oil. Instant hand sanitizer. So again, you don't want to put any oil directly on your skin, but those spray bottles come in handy. Water, witch hazel, something like that, a couple of dabs of tea tree oil, put it in a spray bottle. I can clean and kind of keep our hands sanitized until we can find a place to wash it with soap and water. Insect repellent. Oof. I use every kind of insect repellent I can. A lot of places that we go are really tropical. So again, spray it around, keep the insects at bay. You can also use it as a deodorant. I haven't yet, and I would definitely be careful with that, especially with it being so strong. You definitely need a thick carrier oil and only a couple of drops, but you can. It's an antiseptic and a wound healer, and it's also a cleaner. Lime, I'm so into lime now. So lime oil, also cleanser. I love it because I can put it in a bottle and I can spray it around. We're in hotels or Airbnbs or at friends' places, but I can spray it and I can wipe it clean, and it kind of gives me a natural disinfectant. It makes me feel a little bit better that I've cleaned my area and I know it's clean. It relieves aches and pains. So again, you can massage it on your skin, and it's also great for bacterial and viral infections. So you must use it with a carrier oil or something to spread it, and you only need a little bit, but essential oils are wonderful. Okay, so with that, I would like to say the carrier oil, or actually butter that I use, shea butter. I love shea butter. I've actually started using shea butter as my cream. I don't buy any lotions or anything like that, and I can fragrant them with different essential oils, but shea butter protects my skin. It protects your skin from the sun, and it protects it as far as a sealer, cuts, bruises. It protects it from that way. It also helps with hair. So it is very, very thick. You can't just comb it out. You will have to wash it out. But I love it because I can heat it up in my hands and kind of make it a little liquidy. put it in my hair and then do twists or braids, and then I'm set for at least 4 days. And I do that with the girls' hair too, so I'm not constantly dealing with hair while we're out of town. I think I said it heals, cuts, and scrapes, but I just want to say that again. So those shea butter and my essential oils go hand in hand. I have to have those items. Also, clove. Yes, this is it. So I have clove oil here, but I also bring the dried clove with me. Basically for convenience, because I bring a lot of glass bottles. So if I can not bring a glass bottle, I will. But the dried clove, toothaches. I've had a situation where one of the kitties had a toothache, and again, not familiar with pharmacy or what their medicines in whatever country we're at looks like. I'd rather choose something that I'm familiar with. So chew on cloves and to relieve that tooth pain. It also helps with upset stomach and respiratory conditions. So another great herb to have on hand. Last but not least, trace minerals. See this teeny tiny bottle? If you also notice, all of my bottles are really small. A lot of these I try to put in my carry-on just so if we were to hop out of the airport and hit the ground running, I'm not looking through the suitcase trying to find stuff. But trace minerals, too long for me to really give a great description on, but I will say antioxidants protection. So our body doesn't produce trace minerals. We got to get them from the food, and the only way we get them from the food is if the soil has it in the soil. If it has it in the soil, we don't have a lot of nutrients in our soil because our soil is depleted. Blah blah blah. You know the story. So we're not getting all our minerals. So it just makes me feel good to do this when we're out of the country, to know that we might be eating different things, we might be exposed to different things, but I'm just providing us with an extra layer of protection. This one, you just put drops in your water. So I would suggest this. It's really easy and a no hassle way of using it. All right, so those were my 10, but I have one more at honorable mention. I might say this name wrong. Tamanu oil, Tamanu. Oh, I love this oil. So I was introduced to it. I can't remember who told me about it, but I had a cut on my hand and I was able to put that oil on it. Instant relief. So athlete's foot, eczema, insect stings. So if you didn't get protected all the way with the shea butter and tea tree oil and you did get stung, instant relief. Love it. Burns and sunburns. So I definitely carry that oil with me everywhere I go. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any comments or questions about any of the herbs or oils that I described, please leave it below. I love to talk to other people and see what you're bringing. And happy traveling. See you next time.